I bet you have seen a lot of social media posts that talk about how they were able to reach a seven-figure net worth in just a few years. Because this is something that I also see all the time. Take this TikTok post, for example.
I just hit 500,000 in investments at 30 years old.
And then this one from Reddit. And this other one from a blog post that I saw online. There's a ton of posts like this, and sometimes you wonder how they were able to do it and if you can replicate something like this for yourself. But let me be the first person to say this, that this is absolutely doable. But more often than not, people are not always very transparent about everything that has helped them achieve this level of financial success. So this is not a video where I will come and tell you that this is all lies, that it is not possible. It is actually very possible. Oftentimes, what you hear from most people is they just tell you the basics. They tell you how they worked really hard, lived frugally, and then invested most of their money in low-cost index funds, which is absolutely a very boring way to invest. As a matter of fact, I have done this over the past 5 years, and this is a habit that I have religiously followed when it comes to my investing and savings habit for the past 5 years. And I am not even close to achieving this kind of financial milestone. And because of this, sometimes I get to ask myself, what exactly am I missing? Because my investment portfolio still sits at about just $100,000. And for someone else that might be watching this video, you might have a little more than I do, or even less, and some of you might even actually have a negative net worth as you watch this video. Well, I figured that there must be something more to these stories than what people are actually willing to share online, which is what we will be exploring in this video. I will be exploring what is the real truth behind having a seven-figure net worth. What is required to achieve this level of financial success? What are the real ingredients needed to make this happen? And what exactly is realistic for you as an average earner if you wish to invest and grow your wealth as well? Net worth is what you own minus what you owe. And this is the simplest way to look at it. To own anything, you need an income. And after taking away your expenses, whatever you have left is called your net income, which you can either use to buy assets or just leave it in cash, because cash is also an asset. But it would be a really dumb idea for you to leave all your money in cash. Income can also sometimes take the form of privileges that Mr. A has and the other person does not have. And most times, nobody reports their privileges as parts of their income. A lot of people had college and university paid for by their parents, which effectively means that they did not graduate with any student loan debts. Others, on the other hand, are able to still live at home rent-free. And that right there takes away the most significant financial cost for any regular person out there that they have to make every month. If you are able to live rent-free in your parents' house, that will easily save you $2,000 to $4,000 every month in expenses. But does that mean that without privileges, you cannot build wealth? The answer is no. If you have watched this video up to this point and you are finding it helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel, as I do monthly net worth updates on the channel. This is a way that I use to track my own net worth. And I am a regular person, no privileges, and currently I have a $100,000 portfolio. So watch till the end to find out how you too can build something that you can be proud of, even if you earn a low income. I am going to be showing you the numbers and the maths behind going from $0 to a seven-figure portfolio in only 10 years or less, which is a claim that I have frequently seen online. And this is to hopefully show you some of the things that is being left out by most people in their success story. And no, it has nothing to do with smart investing or earning high returns. But let's look at the actual calculations, which is something that you can easily do by using a retirement calculator. Let's now go to calculator.net, and there we will find different financial calculators that can help you understand your finances better and help you set financial goals for yourself. For this calculation, we will be making certain assumptions. I wish to have $1 million after 10 years, and I will be investing at an annual rate of return of 10% compounded annually. And as of today, I have $0. So we need to calculate for how much I need to invest every month for me to be able to hit this financial milestone. As you can see, I will need to invest about $5,000 every month for me to be able to achieve a financial milestone like this in 10 years or less. I am also certain of one thing, that I will not be able to save at this rate if I do not have a really high income. This will now take us into the next section of the video. I will be making another assumption here that I think is rather extreme, but please bear with me because building wealth also has a lot to do with your behavior and character as it relates to money. So, assuming that I am an aggressive saver where I save 50% of my take-home pay. This is not something that is new. People who are very aggressive with their FIRE journey do this all the time.
Here's how I save 50% of my 9 to 5 income while still having a life. Number one is keeping my rent very, very low. I live in Alabama right now, so you can't imagine a cheaper place for rent, but I pay $750 all in with utilities and everything for rent.
I've invested $100,000 so far this year.
But I can also understand that not everyone can do this, and that includes me. To save $5,000 every month, this means that I will be taking home about $10,000 or more and then save 50% of that money. So anybody can do this either as an individual or even a household. It does not really matter, but this is one of those situations where 1 plus 1 does not always equal 2, because as a family, you all pull your funds together and look for avenues to invest and grow together. If you have a household and you have a partner who works with you financially towards achieving financial independence, then you, my dear, is one of the lucky ones. And this is because households who work together do better financially most of the time. So as an individual or a household, I will need to be bringing in $16,000 every month or $192,000 annually. This is a really high income because the median after-tax household income in Canada is $74,200 as of 2023 according to Statistics Canada, while in the US it is $64,000 according to United States Census Bureau. So I will need to be making almost 3 times the median household income in Canada or the US, which is not something that is realistic for a lot of individuals or a lot of households here in Canada. This should make one thing very clear at this point. You will need to be earning a very high income for you to be able to get to a 7-figure investment portfolio in 10 years or less. And this is requirement number 1. But if you earn the median income or a little above that, then the other key ingredient that you must have is time. And I am really sorry to put this like this. If you are poor, then you better have time on your side. You cannot afford to be poor, be stupid, and then waste time on top of all of that, because that is a recipe for disaster that will ensure that you must keep working even after you turn 80. So if you are in your early 20s, you can maybe afford to be stupid, but you do not have very long. You have a maximum of about 5 to 10 years, but after this, you will be missing out big if you do not get a hold of your money, start saving, or start investing. Anything beyond this point, you will need a miracle to turn things around for yourself. And here is what I mean. As a low income earner, if you can somehow manage to save and invest 8 to 10% of your household income after tax, and assuming you also have about 30 years left to retirement, that is $500 to $600 every month. Starting at $0 today, you too will end up with 1 million to 1.2 million after 30 years. So what this means is that if you have a little bit of money saved up and then you also consistently invest your money every month, you too will win in this race of building a net worth. So let's say it took one person 10 years to reach $1 million net worth, and then it takes another person 30 years. That is inherently not a bad thing. You also ended up a millionaire, which is something not a lot of people can boast about. Two major ingredients you need to build wealth, and you will be needing a little bit of both to win financially. If you have none, you lose. Start early and invest consistently every month. The person who does nothing is the person that ends up with nothing. Keep your costs low and save aggressively if you can. If you can save money in your early years when you have minimal responsibilities, usually in the early years of your career, when you're single or newly married, you maybe have one kid or two, what you do here can really set you up for financial success. Live frugally and within a budget, and then sit back and watch the power of compound interest work in your favor. But do nothing and it will work against you. If you found this video helpful, like, drop a comment, share with somebody that you care about, and then subscribe to the channel.